to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I believe you all have the revised agenda. Okay, roll call, Pam.
Alderwoman Broomfield.
Here.
Alderman Ross.
Yes.
Alderman Okenfuss.
Yes.
Alderman Steiger.
Yes.
Alderman Jokers. Alderman Stupi.
Here.
Alderwoman Zerwig. Alderman Skaggs.
Here.
Mayor Granger, I'm sorry. I left you right off of there, didn't
I'm here.
I saw you,
I? Mayor, we have a quorum.
Okay, thank you.
Move approval of the revised agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You should show. She won't call on that. That's when she's here. Have to show. She actually comes back in. Okay, we'll go right into personal appearances. Jeanette Wood, Administrator at Riverview at the Park, is asking for approval of a fireworks display at Riverview at the Park incorporated on June the 29th, 2012. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I was here last year, and it was cooler. I remember that much, although maybe when you look at my gray hair, you might not think that. Anyhow, we're having our regular big barbecue for the residents and the family members and employees, et cetera, volunteers. And the end of the evening, Shafiq Malik, who is my boss and who owns Riverview, does a fireworks display that we set up down on the driveway as you go into the fairgrounds. And realizing that we are in city limits, I always come here and ask permission of the board to do it again.
I know there's certainly been discussions about the 4th of July fireworks display with in the park with our fire chief, and I think you've had some discussions with Martin and with him, I guess. With
Jeanette and I have spoken.
Oh, okay. I'm
She
sorry.
spoke, I think.
I talked to Mick Schwent. He called me yesterday up at Riverview and everything. He told me he really didn't recommend it, but, you know, if Shafiq wanted to take on the responsibility of doing it, that was up to him. So I called him, and he indeed, you know, he'd be very disappointed if he couldn't do the fireworks. But again, I told him we were in the city limits, and I was coming here tonight, and amen.
Are we selling burning permits right now?
Yes, the fire chief's opinion is that if people pick up burning permits and follow the regulations on the permit, 6x6, have water available, only used for brush, that it's safe.
And we do plan on having water available. There's no houses nearby. We shoot, you know, towards the river and everything. I did also talk to the fair board to make sure, because there was an issue last year about that. We hadn't cleaned it up appropriately, and I didn't know that until we started preparing this year. So I did talk to the fair board and assure them that it would be cleaned up.
Mayor, do you need a motion on this?
Yeah. Probably so.
Move to approve the permit.
Any other discussion?
Yeah, so the fire chief said really wasn't really for this, is what she's saying, Jeanette's saying.
I said if they were responsible for any damages that they might cause, to go ahead and do it.
Okay.
And you certainly in his Our conversation that we've had about the other one is, you know, it certainly came up about fireworks are prohibited in the city limits on the 4th, well, really setting any of them off. And anybody at any time that would set any off is responsible, you know, if they start a fire because of their fireworks, they're liable for whatever damages that they cause. This, like, I'm sure that was his point to the owner of Riverview, is if you're gonna end up doing that, and you end up burning the
brush
neighborhood
fire
down,
or something, then
we don't want that
they're
to happen.
liable for all damages.
They're going to be liable for damages, so I know his concerns weren't as much on the 4th because they are going to be there like they always are, where those were generally directed as
Watering down the ball field.
water down those and directed out more towards the cropland. I guess it's more green at this point. So,
I guess, could you see if they'd have a truck available?
I said something, because he told me that that's what they planned on doing, was watering down. I asked him about doing that, and he said, you know, they were a volunteer organization, and I can understand, you know, that we're a private organization now. We no longer are a county entity, so to speak. But we certainly do, you know, 80% of my current resident population is St. Genevieve County residents.
The Fair Board have any comments on it?
No. No. And
You mentioned you were going to have water. What did you mean by that?
just hoses from our, from the facility.
For that?
So that if we see anything pop up, we're on it right away. And we've got some extra help to make sure that that's taken care of.
Mayor, call for the question.
any other discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you, ma'am. Okay, Mark?
I know you're going to be disappointed to hear this, but this will be a pretty short city administrator's report since we've talked about most of these things already in the work session. What I didn't talk about is that we had the bid for the Safe Routes for School. The results of those are there. There's a process that we now have to go through with the state to get the work approved. And while that's going on, we will be completing and putting out for bid the plans for the stormwater improvements on Market Street, which will be able to go at a much faster pace as far as getting the contracts in, and so that hopefully these two things will time out at around the same time so that the work then can be coordinated and we'll get all that done at the same time. You'll note that the low bid was a good one relative to the engineer's estimate. So it looks like we're getting pretty good prices. I hope that same effect is found with Westwood and Porter Street. One thing that was brought up that I've talked to a couple of aldermen about, and so as not to be selective, as we were reviewing the stormwater plans, it was obvious to me, and Terry was at the table, that the receiving pipe that runs down the street next to the Public Works building didn't have the flow capacity that was equal to the total of the new pipe we were putting in. So all this water is going to get collected on Market Street and sent down the street, and then it was going to hit this bottleneck, and it was going to start backing up. And I mentioned it to the engineer, and he said, you know, I don't know. He agreed that that was the case. He said, I don't know why it was done that way. It's never been part of the project. So I said, well, you know, we're still going to have problems as the surcharge happens and the water starts coming out of the new inlets because it can't get out the receiving pipe. So I had him go ahead and prepare the engineering for replacing that pipe with one that will handle the flows it's going to be receiving, because to do otherwise would just be wasting money, frankly. And I think I got the consent from the people I've talked to so far. For those of you I haven't talked to, if you think that's the wrong direction to go, please say so now. It's about a $10,000 difference in the final cost of the project. Okay, thank you. Other than that, everything else we talked about will be handled as an agenda item.
Any questions? Okay. Staff reports, Terry?
Thank you, Mayor, Board. I believe all of you should have a copy of the report in front of you. There's a couple of things that I wanted to make sure that we talked about briefly, and one of them was the capacity of the water plant. We have talked about it a couple of times, but as you look at the report, you'll see that there are many days start getting to where we're reaching the capacity of the plant. And actually, this week, there was a day that we ran 1.6 million gallons through the plant, and the plant is designed at 1.4. So we're there. Just to let you know, we've added another shift to the plant. We're at 20 plus 22, 23 hours a day now. So it's time that we think about that, you know, for capital improvement projects down the road. There's many things that we can do to make, extend the life of the plant. Water loss is one of them. I did figure the water loss for last month or for last year to get ready to give to Horner and Schifrin for the study they're doing, and it has went down. It's down about 4% from the previous years. Hopefully we can continue to get it to go down. The total water loss for 2000 calendar year 2011 was 24%. That's total loss. There's some accountable loss that we could put in there. That'd be water that we used, municipal buildings used, water plant used that they didn't pay for. All of that loss is in that 24%. So if we took the accountable out, we'd be down at 18%, which is getting a lot better. We used to be in the 30s. So I believe the new meters are working. I believe that the maintenance and repairs and stuff and accounting for it seems to be helping. So if we could lower that 10% more, we would gain 10% more capacity in the water plant. So I want you to, I just wanted to point that out to you. We replaced the bearing at the wastewater plant on the rotor. It went out again, a different one, but those are in good shape. I also wanted to tell you about the grant that we are eligible for, the energy grant that I've been working on. We got approval for that. It was only $4,250 on the maximum. The project that is going to be about a $20,000 or less project. If we choose to do the project, we will only be out of pocket $16,000. If that project becomes less in value, then our grant becomes less. So it's not like cheapening up the project saves us any more money. We're going to be out about $16,000 no matter what. So, but that will save that project will pay for itself within 2 years, easily. With the energy costs continuously going up, the demand meter costing us a lot of money, I really recommend us doing that project. I haven't really looked at the budget to see if the money could be scraped up this year. I was planning on it. It is a budgeted item for next year in the proposed budget. So I'd like to do it this year if we could, but if we can't, we just have to wait. But it will pay for itself very quickly. I know some of you are concerned about the leak on 9th Street, which I am too. That is scheduled for Monday. The people that have to come in and stop that line for us, we have to hire a hydro stop. We can't shut the line down. They're scheduled to be here Monday, so we will have that fixed Monday. I met with I had phone conversations today with some people in Westwood about some sewer line issues over there, and I believe that has all been taken care of now. I have no concerns at this moment with that sewer line. For anybody that's listening,
It is a low, flat-lying sewer line, and any problems that people have had in the past, when we have heavy rain, they're still going to have those problems, but it's not the sewer line's fault. That line is level, it's not on a high grade, but it's in good shape. So, is there any questions? Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a comment. Terry, I do really appreciate you and your crew going out there and fixing that sidewalk when we had that water break. And it was really good there by him and Valley Springs, and had some compliments about a good job you guys did.
Thank you for that. We can't take all the credit for that. Dave Binkley allowed us to use one of his employees. He helped a lot for advice. He's a much better concrete finisher than I am, and so Gary Roth gets a lot of credit for how it turned out. So
Good job.
we just
Terry, there were 3 aldermen that weren't here at the last meeting, Alderman Ross, Alderwoman Missouri, and myself. We were attending a meeting with the Missouri Municipal League in Jefferson City. And I heard you had something to do with an inspection. I was kind of wondering what's going on there.
I never turned down a chance to talk about the water plant.
I like
so.
to give it when it's Missouri.
Yeah, we did receive a very good report from DNR. They come and did a 2-day inspection at the water plant and the distribution system. They looked at the towers and everything. And out of the 8 areas that they looked for, we've had no deficiencies found. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and it's the first time I've ever received a report like that. I don't know, my head's still spinning in the clouds. I'm still happy about it.
Is that common within cities to get that perfect?
My boss, Gary Johnson, has been doing this for well over 30 years, and this is the first one he's seen. So no, it's not common. I've never seen one. That's the first one I've ever seen. No deficiencies found. And you know, it's just, again, that you guys need to be commended for you know, being dedicated to allowing us to do the work. We couldn't do the work if you all weren't dedicated to allowing us to do it. We couldn't do the work if the ratepayers didn't agree to it and pay the bill. I mean, they're our customers. You know, we're the last ones that really need to be patted on the back for it. It's just our job. So, but we really were pretty excited about it. I was. I was really proud of the staff. Thank you for asking.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thanks. Hey?
Good evening.
How are you doing?
No, I'm sorry. As you can see on my report, we've been, most of the work that you see we've been doing it downtown. We're mowing, but we're mowing weeds. Doing as much patching as we can. Staying busy. We did some work the last couple of days over on 2nd Street property that Mr. Hoffman wants. And he requested that there's a tree that's leaning over towards your building. It's the one you wanted to trim down. And that's just too much for us to handle because it's leaning right towards the building. If we went to cut it, I know where it goes.
Hey, Dave, I have a question for you.
Okay.
That tree that you cut down,
It was dead, honey.
well, apparently it came into question on 3rd Street.
Yeah, it was, actually, half of that tree fell out probably a year ago, and I think it's got the power line citizens was called out, and then while we was cleaning that area up, I knew that the dog park fence was supposed to be going pretty close to there. There wasn't no sense in taking a chance, so that's why we got rid of it. And it was hollow up all the way through the top of it. Yes, sir.
Could you talk a little bit about all the little circles and everything on downtown as far as the patching? What's the time frame as far as them coming back and patching that?
Actually, I got a hold of Steve Jeffs, and he's in Louisiana. We're doing work down there. So he said it'd probably be the 2nd week of July. He's hoping to get back here. So. But all them little lines, that's just to mark because what they did, they called on a Wednesday and said they'll be here in an hour to come down and do some patching. Well, I didn't have the manpower because we was working down at the courthouse, so we just went ahead and sprayed where all the little spots was, so they knew where it was at. Now, that's just some thin spots and some spots where tires, because it didn't cure fast enough. So. But he said he was going to come down and redo some of them spots.
At no charge to the city.
I would not think so, because it should be under warning.
Anything else? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Y'all have a good evening.
You have a report here from the fire department.
Mayor?
Yes.
A comment on Mick's report. He's got 2 positions open for the volunteer fire department, so I could just kind of, I guess, word to the public if anyone's interested in joining the volunteer fire department, that they're looking for 2 positions. And then also tomorrow, they're also having that Wilkes Insurance and MRB Bank is hosting that emergency first responder appreciation day for all county response agency, police, sheriff, fire, EMS, hospital, healthcare workers at the fire station. That's tomorrow over there at the firehouse.
11 to 2?
I think it's
11 to
afternoon.
2.
Okay, 11 to 2. 11 to 2 tomorrow. So.
He did, I did get copied on the report. You notice that the ladder truck, its annual test, the pump failed on it, and there were some estimates, and he's looking for, Mark's got a copy of it. Mick and I had some discussion this week about it. He wants some direction as far as that truck, which, I think he talked about it in the work session of the board meeting about the age of it and how it every year seems to be becoming more and more of a maintenance issue, but it is probably a $600,000 truck to replace, so. But it is something we're going to have to consider. So keep that in mind and talk more about it. Anything else on that? Okay, we'll go Eric happens to be here, I think. If anybody has any questions for his, he's got a report here.
Chief, I know you're also looking for some reserve officers. You want to talk a little bit about your reserve officer program?
Yeah, we have, we're actually probably at full staff on reserves now. I just wanted to make you guys aware, and I'm going to take some effort to come around when they are here and let you guys meet them, just so you're not surprised if you see them at a gas station sometime. One of them actually worked here full-time several years ago, Joe DiMercurio, and he's a very capable officer. We're just taking steps to build up the reserve program. It's similar to the military's reserves. It's unpaid commissioned officers that can come in. They either provide a second man car at no expense, or for some of the events that we have coming up, the Jour de Fête or county fair, or a bike race, if that's where Missouri should come back, have some additional uniformed personnel that is cost effective for the city. So I'm not necessarily inquiring to enhance that anymore, but more so just to let you be aware that there may be some new faces, but they're not costing us.
Was you planning to beef up the police officer bringing some reserves before due to the heat with the fireworks, try to
On the 4th?
control the ordinance? Was you planning to bring in some reserves to help with
Are you,
that?
as far as patrol during the 4th of July season?
Yeah.
There's still several that are in training. They're coming out frequently to ride with, but they won't be in their own vehicles. That will just be handled through our regular patrol officers.
I was just thought with the heat and all that, the ordinance, with the drought.
And we're definitely going to be more proactive on that. Typically, if our officers observe it, obviously we're going to make contact. There'll probably be more of an enforcement effort this year. Typically it's a friendly warning, but I think everybody's very aware of the dry conditions. And it's been pretty well documented that it is prohibited in the city, so we don't want to see any disasters come place. Anything else?
Great, thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, committee reports, anybody?
Quick one for Channel 798. Our tech committee's done a great job with our website. If you haven't checked it out, it's www.suntentv.com. Make sure you check that out. We've gotten a lot of hits on it. They're always improving and making things better, making it look better, and run more efficiently, and we're really, really proud of those guys. They do a lot of hard work for us. We just observed the first year anniversary of one of the live shows, which is called What's New. And last night was their first anniversary. We want to pat those girls on the back, too. They do a great job of entertaining us on Wednesday evenings. If you haven't noticed, we have a new outside sign erected right out here across the street. Take notice of that and watch for different things. We'll be putting things up there, promoting the station, letting you know what's going on or what's coming up and going on in the community. So watch that board. You'll see some changing letters on that, probably weekly, hopefully. We're always in need of volunteers. I know Gary had talked about, we had a couple of videographers that are wanting to put together some things for us and help us out. We greatly appreciate that. But we're always in need of anyone that likes to get in there and run a camera and video some things, because we're always shorthanded. We can always use another set of hands, anybody that would be willing to do that. Also on our truck that Don drives, you'll notice that we have a new logo. It's on the front door. If you haven't gone downstairs, peek in this door out here and see what's been done in the stairway. It looks awesome. It's been repainted and signage is up, and that new logo has now been put on the doors of our truck, our sponsored truck that you see around town. So check that out too. A lot of good things going on here. So make sure you tell them if you see them how much you like them. We appreciate hearing those things. I think we were working on the status of the camera. Martin was at our meeting, and I think we're going to, do we know anything yet?
No, I was there today and left a message, and I didn't get a call back.
Also, one other thing, thank you to everybody that has helped sponsor Channel 798 through Total Info, which is a monthly sponsorship for your business or organization. We are filled for every month this year, so if you would like to get on board, you can get a hold of us starting January of 2013, which is good for us that we're already booked through the whole year. So anybody that would like to be a sponsor for any month in 2013, get a hold of us and let us know. We'd appreciate it.
The price is?
And the price will be $150 per month. What a bargain. What a bargain. You're on there 24/7. I mean, it's just a great bargain. And just check it out and you'll see. You're not going to get anything that reasonable that's going to be on 24/7, 30. Well, if you pick a month that has 30 days, but you pick a month that has 31 days, you get an extra month day free. So there you go. Huh? Don't pick February? Well, no, pick February. February's a good month. A lot of people inside, and they're watching TV in February, so that's a good thing, right? There's always ways around that. What else do we do? Is that about it? You were there. Anything else you need to mention? Oh, yeah, we are. We have had one board member that is no longer going to be on the board with us, so we are looking for new board members. So anybody out there that's interested, let us know. We're always looking for somebody that's willing to get in there and get some things done. So
If anybody wants to come down here.
yep, our meetings are always the last Tuesday of the month at 6 p.m. right downstairs at City Hall. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Lynn. Anybody else?
We had a tourism meeting last Friday. Normally it was the Friday before, but we had to change it. Stephanie brought a preliminary budget for 2013 for us to start reviewing. Went over the marketing plan, also kind of some of her ideas for the marketing plan, some changes to the brochure, and then we set our quarterly tourism meeting for All the meetings, the monthly meetings are to the public. We also do that quarterly meeting, of course, it's open to the public. We set it for a Monday, and I'm gonna ask Martin to refresh me what day we set that. I know it was a Monday coming up, July
I'll look it up.
25th.
July 25th.
We're gonna host it here at City Hall instead of at the Packy Room, and that'll be July 25th. I think we said 7 o'clock.
We did say so.
We'll make another announcement, but yeah, July 25th, 7 p.m. here. I think that was about it. Anything else you can think of, Martin?
Okay, thanks. Anybody else?
Monday, not the 25th. 23rd.
23rd, July 25th. That's right. We'll get that on Channel 798.
Okay. Come
Okay,
on
go
down.
into approval in the minutes of June 14th.
Anybody have any corrections or additions? If not, I'll move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And the financial report for May.
I would like to comment that this is the time of the budget year where the people have got to get to the end of the year and start to look for problem areas. In conversation with Sue today, there are some line items that are problematic, just because you can't guess everything, but every department's overall budget is within the budgeted amount. And so we're, I think, in good shape to make it to the end of the year without any major budget amendments.
Need a motion?
Yep.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And, okay, resolution 2012-53, a resolution authorizing the use of city buyout property at 252 North 3rd Street for a proposed dog park.
Move approval.
Second.
Just discussion. Can we just get kind of a general, so citizens kind of know, we had this meeting about this in a work session. Can we just kind of go over a little bit what the proposed use is going to be for, Mayor?
Sure. There's been a Boy Scout approached the city and been working with the committee on the park board. The park board's been very active in the design and recommendations for it, and he wants to, it's part of his Eagle project, and most of his project would be construction of a fence. Right at this point, there's plans for a fence, some benches, a waste disposal thing, and we'll probably end up going from there. Not sure yet about water in the park, but we can look at that, but it would be a start of a park. And again, it's recommended from our park board. They feel like the community needs it, and it'll be self-maintained and self-police, so to say. So.
And the location, Mayor?
Location is, 252 North 3rd, which I believe is almost on the corner of 3rd and Washington. Yeah.
That's all I had, Mayor.
Okay, that's all in favor? Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Park Board, for all your work and your continued oversight on this thing, because it's, we'll see how it goes. Okay. We're going into old business, bill number 3868, second reading.
An ordinance to rezone a parcel of land in St. Genevieve, Missouri.
Motion approved. Second.
Roll call.
Alderwoman Broomfield.
Yes.
Alderman Ross.
Yes.
Alderman Okenthus.
Yes.
Alderman Steiger.
Yes.
Alderman Stupi.
Yes.
Alderman Skaggs.
Yes.
6 yes, 0 no's, 2 absent. Bill number 3868 now becomes ordinance 3808.
Thank you. Bill number 3869, second reading.
An ordinance accepting and approving a plat for the new addition of Crestlawn Cemetery within the city limits of the city of St. Genevieve.
Move approval.
Second.
Roll call.
Alderman Skaggs.
Yes.
Alderman Stupi.
Yes.
Alderman Steiger.
Yes.
Alderman Okenthus.
Yes.
Alderman Ross.
Yes.
Alderwoman Broomfield.
Yes.
6 yes, 0 no's, 2 absent. Bill number 3869 now becomes ordinance 3809.
Thank you. Bill number 3870, second reading.
An ordinance vacating a portion of Second Street in the city of St. Genevieve.
Move approval.
Second.
Roll call.
Alderwoman Broomfield.
Yes.
Alderman Ross.
Yep.
Alderman Steiger.
Yes.
Alderman Okenthus.
Yes.
Alderman Stupi.
Yes.
Alderman Skaggs.
Yes.
6 yes, 0 no's, 2 absent. Bill number 3870 now becomes ordinance 3810.
Okay, thank you. New business, bill number 3872, first reading.
An ordinance approving a bid proposal of $120,025 with Armor Company of Arnold, Missouri to acquire a 2010 Timco Model 435 street sweeper.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I'd like to move for a second reading.
Okay, all in favor of second reading, 3872.
I'll second the. And I'm in favor.
Alderman, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself there. Okay, you got a second? Okay, all in favor of second reading?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, bill number 3872, second reading.
An ordinance approving a bid proposal of $120,025 with Armor Company of Arnold, Missouri to acquire a 2010 Timco Model 435 street sweeper.
Okay.
Move approval.
Second.
And we're gonna lease it, is that what it was?
So that's the next item, but.
I was gonna ask some
Yes.
questions about the lease once we get to that.
Okay, roll call.
Yeah.
Alderwoman Broomfield.
Yes.
Alderman Steiger.
Yes.
Alderman Skaggs.
Yes.
Alderman Stupi.
Yes.
Alderman Okenthus.
Yes.
Alderman Ross.
Yes.
6 yes, 0 no's, 2 absent. Bill number 3872 now becomes ordinance 3811.
Okay, thank you. Bill number 3873, first reading, and it's your new copy.
It's the one with Timco. An ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery of a tax-exempt lease purchase financing for the street sweeper.
Discussion?
Move
Make a
approval.
presentation before you.
Move approval.
In considering ways of paying this, rather than taking it out of all one budget year, I approached Bloomsdale Bank, I approached MRV Bank, I approached Regions Bank, and then Timco's financing arm. Bloomsdale did not make a proposal. The MRV Bank was at 4.25 on a 3-year term. Both of the lease purchase agreements were at better interest rates and better terms. The Regions one is the DeLage Landon, that's their lease purchase. And while the rate was competitive, they required an upfront payment, which to me was not providing a 3-year lease. Because we can make, so Timco became the best deal. Our first payment won't be due until next budget year. So we can then include that in the budget and then in the 2 years thereafter.
Any other questions?
Are we using any money, like the money that we got from the insurance
Well,
company?
that money went into the general fund last year and became part of your cash carryover into 2012. So it's not sitting anywhere in a discrete fund ready to be used.
So on this one, we used option one then?
Option one,
Okay.
yes.
3 payments.
Any other discussion? I think Alderman Openfuss made a motion to approve.
Teddy seconded.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. All in favor of first reading of 3873?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mayor, do we need a second reading? Yeah,
Yeah.
we need,
Yes.
might
You
as
did
well
one,
go
you
since we did a second reading on the purchase or
Okay.
I'd like to move for a second reading, so.
I was just gonna ask a question. Under option one, at the very bottom, it says it's valid through July 10th of 12. Did they extend that? I don't.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, this is, never mind, never mind. Never mind.
We're gonna do
I'm
this
still
within
on,
our-
I'm thinking I'm in July already. Never mind.
And that's just because the rates, they can't
Right.
commit to rates
Got
for
it.
more than a
Yeah,
month
no
at a time.
Okay,
My problem is-
motion for the second reading. Did somebody second that? Alderman Ross. Second.
I think I'm gonna pass that data.
Okay, all in favor of second reading?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, bill number 3873, second reading.
An ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery of a tax exempt lease purchase financing for the street sweeper.
Motion approved.
Second.
Roll call?
Alderman Skaggs?
Yes.
Alderman Stupi?
Yes.
Alderman Steigert?
Yes.
Alderman Okenthus?
Yes.
Alderwoman Broomfield?
Yes.
Alderman Ross?
Yes.
6 yes, 0 no's, 2 absent. Bill number 3873 now becomes ordinance 3812.
Okay, thank you. That's, it's open now for public comments. Anybody? Okay, we'll go to other business. We have approval of a temporary liquor license for the Church of St. Genevieve for September 8th and 9th, 2012, on the KC grounds.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. And we have approval of the temporary liquor license for the Lions Club for the Jour de Fête, August 11th and 12th, and backstoppers on October the 7th at Lions Club Park.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, and we have our annual liquor license renewals. I guess I didn't read them all, huh? Okay. Boris Ciro's Entertainment, Old Brick House, John Braun doing business as in St. Jim Beauvais. Hedge Code doing business as Rhodes 101. The Anvil, Reams Place, Casey's, Rogers Country Mart, Dollar General, Corp, Sea Barn, Show Me Shop, St. John Winery, The Point, El Trero, Save-A-Lot, Overly Meats, Weeks Diner, Jamie's Holding Company doing business as Hotel St. John, and the Big Field Cafe.
Discussion.
Yes, sir.
Is it, did we change the fee structure for these? Does this include that? I've forgotten.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Thank you.
Can we do these one at a time?
If you so desire.
I just wondered.
Move to approve.
Well, does anybody have
I'll
objection
second
to
on
one of
19
them?
of them.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
In favor of all of them? Yes.
All 19.
And that is it, unless we have some other,
Mayor, I'd like, there was, Chief Schwent has also noted there's about 29 still outstanding rural fire tags. So anyone out there that has not paid their rural fire tags, they need to get that in. I believe that we can refuse service if they have not paid their rural fire tags.
Or if they don't refuse service, they'll receive a bill for.
Yeah. So there's 29 people that still have not paid their rural fire tax, so it's just another reminder for those folks.
Dry as it is, that'd be
Yeah, yeah.
and just, again, I know the questions have been flying around about the fireworks display and on the 4th, and the city's position on it, because there have been some surrounding cities cancel theirs. We have been in discussions, and our fire chief felt with where ours takes place at the city park, pretty much away from everything, and the fact that we can easily water down the field by turning the sprinkler system on for a little while, and the fact that they're going to be there, he felt comfortable enough that we should be able to handle it. So
And
as of now, it's going to happen.
maybe just remind people that it's on the 4th of July. It's on the Wednesday of 4th of July. The chamber has always had it on the 4th of July. There's events before, and then the fireworks start at dusk.
Right. Not anything else? We'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Anybody that wants to go to the Muni Band concert, you still have time. It starts in 10 minutes, and it's going to be at the Performing Arts Center this evening.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So you'll be in the air conditioning tonight. You don't sit out in the heat.
Second, the motion to adjourn. Ted.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you.